Welcome to Milan. This is Bruno Travel Channel. Follow Mom and I as we explore Italy. After our last episode in Venice, we take the 3-hour train ride to Milan. Great open and fertile land, home to some of Italy's top exports. We noted grapes, olives, and plenty of cattle, home to that amazing cheese I love in Italy. The city of Milan was initially a Celtic settlement and later conquered by the Romans in 222 BC. Milan is also famous for hosting Leonardo da Vinci's famous painting, The Last Supper. We arrived to Stazione Centrale di Milano, a beauty in its architecture inside and out. One of its notable features, the arching metal ceilings above the platforms. On the inside, it is very unique in terms of detail. A station built in 1931, it has 24 platforms. It is 3 kilometers away from the Duomo of Milan and receives 320,000 commuters daily. Milan Station is also known as the second most transited station in Italy. Milan for many is the center of fashion and style. With a large textile heritage, Milan is for sure a great place to catch the latest trends for many designers. Milan also excels in other areas, as having one of the most famous opera houses, and it is the home to the third largest church in the world, the Duomo di Milan. We arrived to our accommodations, a little tiring, but we made it. Our stay was very spacious and clean. We stayed not too far from the Duomo, at about 20 minutes by bus. Buses were very easy and convenient. Tap to pay as usual. Well, there are some cities with a ticket system and/or apps. I like tap to pay. If you do use cards, always make sure your wallet is RFID proof, just in case to protect your card's data chips. Try not to have loose cards in pockets, which can happen as you board buses quickly, as buses can be very crowded and tech is always evolving. We did have a scare with one of our accounts, but long story. Anyways, just be safe. Once settled in, we head out and grab some supplies and also check out some local prices. At a local supermarket, we were happy to see a lot of Italian fruit and produce. Prices were very decent and affordable. Before you check out, don't be the tourist holding up the line. I get it, it happens, but most markets have the same general setup. A scale, a label maker, super easy with pictures and a touchscreen. Have your items ready. The seafood section looked really good as well. Fresh and imported daily. All set with supplies and a good breakfast, we head out to Milan's famous destination, the Duomo of Milan, also known as Santa Maria Nascente, or the Nativity of St. Mary. Italians also love their cars, and Milan has a great car scene as well. The Duomo of Milan is Italy's largest church and took almost 600 years to complete. It has an impressive capacity of 40,000 people. Pretty amazing. St. Peter's Basilica would be larger, but officially in a separate state, Vatican.
Increíble eso.
Here we check out the Piazza del Duomo, the very center of Milan and home to the Duomo, and also the center to this incredible arch dedicated to Vittorio Emanuele II, known as Galleria Vittorio Emanuele II. plaza, of course, can't be without its very own statue dedicated to Vittorio Emanuele II. He was the very first king of Italy, and apparently a good one. Many sites throughout the country are named after him. We see the Duomo and admire some of its details. 600 years it took to build. Now that's discipline. The Duomo was of such importance that nearly all roads either direct to or circle the church. That's impressive city planning. The cathedral is well known for its 135 spires and more than 3,600 statues and gargoyles. It is also known as one of the greatest examples of Gothic architecture. Building began in 1386, however, it took so long this church also has some Renaissance and neoclassical elements. Added over time, it was built. Little known to many, this church was also where Napoleon Bonaparte was crowned king in 1805. The Duomo of Milan is also one of the very few with a terrace and a roof you can walk on. Let's take a look. Even though the Duomo was under some renovations, the views were every bit as impressive. Just when you think it's high enough, oh, there's more. Once you arrive to the rooftop, don't miss out on the Madonnina, a golden statue of the Virgin Mary and goddess and spirit of Milan.
No.
The Duomo provides some amazing views of Milan, but time to come down. Really good day so far. Passing some of Milan's main streets, you'll notice lots of rail cars, a convenient and affordable transport. Similar to the tram network we found in Florence, the rail cars easily connect most of the major touristic sites. We're just loco and walk a lot. We pass some very high-end districts, some amazing shopping, and lots of food options. Here's a favorite, Uniqlo, a Japanese designer brand, great materials and cool prices. A must-buy here are the thermal wear options, a lot of tech and warming at a good price. Not far from Duomo, we head out to see the Sforza Castle, a great heritage site at Milan, and surprisingly, a castle that had a lot of design and work from Leonardo da Vinci himself. Again, some more amazing stores. I find while traveling, there's millions of ways to spend your money, pretty easily. Here we see a monument dedicated to Giuseppe Garibaldi, a key figure in the unification of Milan. It's surrounded by other statues representing revolution and freedom. Welcome to the Forcesco Castle, also known as the Sforza Castle, a military fortress from the 14th century. It was initially built as a fort in 1368. It was part of a large complex to protect the ruling family, known as the Visconti family. After the fall of the Visconti family, Francesco Sforza, a ruling military leader, took over the castle and made it his personal residence. He invited many artists at the time and was known as a house of the Renaissance. Famous artists like Leonardo da Vinci, Donato Bramante, among others, worked here. Then again, after the fall of the Sforza family, the castle came under occupation from the Spanish and Austrians, to then later partial demolition ordered by Napoleon himself. Sounds like a roller coaster ride for this castle. In the 19th century, the castle went through some restoration, and of course, heavy damage, again, from World War II. Thankfully, since then, the castle has only gone restoration and improvements, and today, the home for various museum exhibits and art collections. Some notable examples include the Museum of Ancient Art, the Egyptian Museum, and an exhibition of Michelangelo's unfinished but impressive sculpture, the Rondanini Pieta, a sculpture he worked on till his last days. A key structure here is the Filarete Tower, rebuilt in 1905. Here we see a cutout that would have been used to shoot enemies from. At one point, armed with cannons and all, this castle must have been an impressive sight. A great experience at Forcesco Castle, and make sure you check out some of its various exhibits. Not far from Sforcesco Castle, we find Arco della Pace. Italian's so beautiful, doesn't it make you want some wine and pizza? Welcome to the Arch of Peace, one of Milan's most famous neoclassical monuments. Built by orders of Napoleon, it would be an entrance to Milan for those coming in from France. It would also mimic the Arch of Triumph in France and commemorate Napoleon's victories. However, the name Arch of Peace would later be adopted thanks to the Congress of Vienna, celebrating the peace settlement of 1815. The top of the arch depicts the goddess of peace. The surrounding area is known for great nightlife and attracts many at night when fully lit up. A great photo spot. Okay, where's that pizza? Milan definitely has a great nightlife, and once all the buildings are lit, the architecture takes on another spirit. A fun, safe atmosphere. I was just surprised to see tours going strong no matter how late it is. Make sure to like the video and stay tuned for a little more of Italy. Actually, there's a lot more. Hope you liked the video, like and subscribe.